Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speedy Global News, your go-to podcast for staying informed and inspired. I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter. We bring you the latest updates in business, technology, health, and even share inspirational stories from those who've achieved great success, all designed to keep you updated and motivated. Our goal is to make sure you stay updated and get that daily dose of inspiration to keep moving forward. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's been making significant waves in the global economic and political landscape, BRICS.
Peter, it feels like we hear about BRICS constantly now, but for those who might not be entirely familiar, can you kick us off by explaining what BRICS actually is?
Absolutely, Polly. At its core, BRICS is a political and diplomatic coordination forum for countries from the global south. It's a mechanism for these nations to coordinate and cooperate in diverse areas. The acronym itself, BRIC, was originally coined in 2001 by Jim O'Neill, an economist from Goldman Sachs. He recognized the dynamic economic growth of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, noting that these emerging markets were becoming increasingly important to global businesses.
So it started as an economic concept, but then the governments picked it up.
Precisely, Polly. It evolved into a cooperation forum through the political initiative of its founding governments. Their initial goal was to dialogue about major international issues and strengthen common stances to democratize, legitimize, and balance the global order. This group aims to increase the influence of Global South countries in international governance and seeks to improve the legitimacy, equity and participation, and efficiency of global institutions such as UN, IMF, World Bank, and WTO. Looking back at its history and evolution, the first BRIC meeting at the Ministers of Foreign Affairs level happened in 2006 on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The first summit of heads of state was held in 2009 in Yekaterinburg, Russia, which is when the group was officially established by its governments.
And then came the expansion, right?
That's where it really started to transform. A significant expansion occurred in 2011 with the incorporation of South Africa, adding an S to the original acronym. South Africa was invited because it was considered a major economy on the African continent.
So from 4 to 5, but now it's much larger, isn't it? What does current membership look like?
That's right, Polly. The group has grown considerably. As of January 2025, BRICS is composed of 11 member countries. These include the original 5, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, plus 6 new members admitted in 2024-25, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and Iran. Indonesia formally accepted the invitation to join in 2024, with its official entry announced on January 6, 2025. This expansion was decided during the Johannesburg Summit in August 2023. The criteria for this expansion included geographic balance, good relations with all members, support for global governance reforms, and no imposition of unilateral sanctions.
Wow, that's a significant increase in representation. I also understand there's another category now, partner countries?
Yes, the category of BRICS partner country was approved by leaders during the Kazan Summit in October 2024, following a mandate from the Johannesburg Declaration. As of early 2025, partner countries include Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. Vietnam, for instance, became the 10th BRICS partner country, recognized for its dynamic economy and commitment to a more inclusive international order. Partner countries are generally invited to participate in the BRICS Chancellors and Leaders Summit and potentially other meetings with consensus from members. The admission criteria for partners are similar to full members, including maintaining geographic balance, good diplomatic relations with full members, refraining from unauthorized sanctions, UN membership, supporting multilateralism and commitment to global governance reform. There are also other engagement modalities like BRICS Outreach, launched by South Africa in 2013, which are meetings with countries from the rotating presidency's geographic region, and BRICS Plus, launched by China in 2017 for meetings with invited countries not from the rotating presidency's geographic region.
It sounds like a much broader, more integrated network now. So why is BRICS so important, and what are its main objectives in this new global order?
The BRICS nations represent a significant force globally. In terms of GDP by purchasing parity, the expanded BRICS lineup, including new members, surpassed the G7 in 2019. Their share was nearly 40% in 2019 and reached approximately 40% of global GDP in 2023, totaling around $60 trillion. They represent 49.5% of the world's population and 38.3% of the global territory. They also account for substantial portions of global energy, natural resources, and food production. For instance, they hold 44% of global oil reserves and 72% of rare mineral reserves.
Those are staggering figures. What are they trying to achieve with all that power?
Their main objective is to challenge the established world order that emerged after the Cold War. They seek a multipolar world with multiple centers of geopolitical influence. By teaming up, these large emerging markets aim to gain more influence, creating a framework not heavily influenced by Western powers. This includes strengthening economic, political, and social cooperation among members and increasing their negotiating power in international forums. A key goal is to reduce dependency on Western markets and financial systems, including the U.S. dollar.
And they've had some significant concrete achievements and impacts already, haven't they?
Absolutely. They've launched several key initiatives. The New Development Bank, NDB, established in 2014, funds infrastructure and sustainable development projects in BRICS and other emerging economies, with an initial capital of $50 billion. It provides loans with fewer economic and political conditions compared to institutions like the World Bank, without focusing on advancing Western values. There's Contingent Reserve Arrangement. A CRA created in 2015 is a $100 billion reserve pool that helps member countries address short-term liquidity pressures and currency crises, offering stability during economic instability. There's also a strong push for de-dollarization. BRICS countries are increasingly conducting trade in local currencies to reduce dependence on the U.S. dollar and shield themselves from currency fluctuations and sanctions. For example, China and Brazil have agreed to settle trades in yuan and rial, and India and Russia are exploring transactions in rupees and rubles.
BRICS Pay, launched in 2024, is a payment system to facilitate transactions and financial information exchange among central banks, serving as an alternative to SWIFT. Those are significant steps towards creating an alternative global financial system, but with such a diverse group, there must be challenges too, right?
You're right, Polly. Despite its growth and achievements, BRICS faces hurdles. While unified by a desire for independence and greater influence, there are differences that divide the BRICS nations, from their political systems to their relationships with the West. For example, trade relations within BRICS are not as developed as within the EU, as BRICS is not a trading bloc. There are also historical tensions, such as conflicting territorial claims between China and India, which can hinder cooperation. Balancing these economic and political differences remains a significant challenge.
So, what does the future of BRICS look like?
The group's growing membership and focus on practical solutions position it as a rising force in global governance, aiming to amplify the influence of the Global South. The expansion strengthens the capacity of Global South countries to engage on priority international issues and represents a victory for all countries advocating for a more just, democratic, and balanced international order. While challenges persist, BRICS's trajectory indicates its continued importance in reshaping global dynamics.
And that wraps up our in-depth look at BRICS today on Speedy Global News. It's clear that this evolving alliance is a key player to watch in the coming years.
Indeed, Polly. We hope this has given you a clearer understanding of this dynamic group. Remember to tune in tomorrow for more updates on business, technology, health, and inspirational stories from around the globe.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll talk to you next time on Speedy Global News.